serious, and this is a show my people believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah. No respect on selfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes to be obey. And all the things that must happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better. We got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling. Get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play around, get where you need to. Look and tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's the show with no matter even if you're at home. Just call in. Trouble your bed. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling. Double your bed. Be yourself, see yourself, this is a show my people believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah. No respect on selfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes to be obey. And all the things that will happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling. Double your bed. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling. Double your bed. Be yourself, see yourself, this is a show my people believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah. No respect on selfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes to be obey. And all the things that must happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake
to the WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes for today, Wednesday, the 18th of March, 2026. We are glad that we're up. We're glad that you are here. I'm Mose. I'm hosting Belize's premier morning conversation right now, live, of course, on Creme Radio and on XTV. We want to welcome everybody to the house, all those who are listening to us on Creme Radio, those watching us on XTV. We hope that as you got up this morning, your health's great, your energy is high, your vibrations, of course, are always positive, and we are always interested in how much space you have in your morning. We want our parts, so naturally, we hope that you're going to leave corner for you. If that's what you have, just put with it. Yes, we are definitely appreciative of that. We want space, and we're trying to give you some of our space in our conversation. Hopefully, we get you here. We want to welcome everybody on the various apps that we have, both for Creme Radio and for XTV. We hope that you have them. that makes it possible to link with us wherever you are. So that's a great thing. And of course, we're available on social media to those getting us on social media, on our streams, Facebook, YouTube. Morning, welcome to you. Samukas people, old school style. Glad to have you along with us this morning on the WUB Wake Morning Vibes. I'm hosting remotely this morning as I've done all week. Of course, Monday, I'll be back in studio, all right? But for now, it's some of this remote stuff going on. We are going to do it as we normally do, though. We've got your morning preliminaries, your warm-up things. We've got your morning news. Of course, we've got your general weather forecast. And that comes from the National Meteorological Service. We've got forecaster Crystal Rosales to tell us what kind of forecast we can expect today.
Good morning. A stationary front to the east of the country is influencing our weather. And in the 24-hour forecast, skies will be mostly cloudy with a few showers, periods of rain, and isolated thunderstorms lingering mostly offshore this morning. Then by afternoon, activity will spread around the country and move to mostly over the south and coast by tonight. High temperatures will reach around 81 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 84 inland, and then 72 up in the hills. For tonight, low temperatures will reach around 70 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 68 inland, and then 63 up in the mountains. Winds over the open sea will be from the east to northeast at 10 to 20 knots, with sea conditions being choppy to moderate, with high tides occurring at 9:36 this morning, then at 10:03 tonight. Low tides at 3:52 this afternoon, then at 4:15 tomorrow morning, while the sun will set at 6:03 this evening and then rise at 5:57 tomorrow morning. The moon will set at 5:55 this evening and then rise at 6:14 tomorrow morning. And now for the extended forecast for Thursday and Thursday night. Skies will be generally cloudy with a few showers or periods of rain and isolated thunderstorms expected mostly over the south and offshore, gradually decreasing. And now we have the fire risk forecast. The risk for brush or forest fires will be low going into Thursday as a few showers or periods of rain are expected around the country. And finally, for the sargassum update, surface and satellite data continue to show some sargassum mats over the area, and there is a possibility that more mats could drift ashore during the next few days, producing moderate impacts. And this has been this morning's weather report from the National Meteorological Service.
The first private radio in Belize since 1989, Creme FM presents the news. Informative, accurate, current information, local, regional, and international news, weather and sports. And now, the news. The first private radio in Belize since 1989, Creme FM presents the news. Informative, accurate, current information, local, regional, and international news, weather and sports. And now, the news. The first private radio in Belize.
Now, we've got some morning news for you from our news team. The story is making morning news. Belizeans have been reacting to the Prime Minister's statement that he will recommend to Cabinet that Belize pursue discussions with Guatemala for the repatriation of Joseph Budner so he can serve the remainder of his sentence at the Belize Central Prison. Well, there was also a reaction on Budner's Facebook page that he should indeed be freed since he was a free man when the government kidnapped him. Moreover, it states he should also be compensated for all the government did to him. The comment was made based on a post from a former UDP deputy chairperson, Alberto August, that Budner should be freed if he's returned, as he could be subjected to harsh punishment behind prison walls or even poisoned. On Tuesday, in an extensive interview with the CEO in the Ministry of Agriculture, Servil Abaiza, we asked if the agriculture sector is bracing for the effects of increases in operational costs due to the expected continuing increase in the price of fuel linked to the US-Iran war. He reminded that this is not the only aspect to watch for.
But these external shocks, are always difficult, I think, for our producers. And so we do foresee that, it will bring additional hardship in terms of the cost of fuel, not only for just as one of the inputs of production, but also we have to look at, for instance, fertilizers. For instance, fertilizers is another key component for production. And the last time when the war broke out between Russia and Ukraine, the prices for fertilizer shot up, I think, over 100%. It hasn't. I don't think it has happened as yet right now, but we foresee that the prices for fertilizer will go up, and certainly that means that the cost of production from our farmers will also increase. We have been trying to work along with them for them to do their own, what we would call organic fertilizers, but it's not. It's easier. It's not as easy, as we would want to be. It's not as easy not to do that, But we are working along with them, trying to show them other methods, whether it be composting, whether it be the biofabricas, where they produce their own organic fertilizers. We are stepping up in terms of trying to do those type of training. The first phase of Sembrando Vida did introduce the biofabricas, where in all the different districts. So one of the things we're trying to do is to make sure that these biofabricas are working and producing the organic fertilizers. The second phase of Sembrando Vida hopefully will start later this year, and also encompasses again more biofabricas. So we're hoping that these can help in terms of trying to substitute some of those fertilizers that we have to import.
Agriculture CEO Cyril Abaiza also revealed that Belize's attempt to donate a container of eggs to Jamaica after Hurricane Melissa struck the western portion of the sister Caribbean nation on October 28 last year never succeeded. The shipment intended as relief support did not reach the island. Abaiza said the breakdown highlights a major weakness in the Caribbean single market and economy.
Whilst we talk about CARICOM and a single market and how we should try to support each other, it's very difficult to get into those markets. I could cite you a very good example. For instance, after the hurricane that hit Jamaica, our poultry association here was trying to give them a donation of eggs, a container of eggs, and up to now we haven't been able to send those eggs because we have to meet the requirements of importation for Jamaica. And they refuse to basically send those requirements so that we know if we meet them, which we know we do because the Veterinary Association of CARICOM has visited both quality chicken and Caribbean chicken and had certified our plants that our plants can send product into CARICOM. And yet, when you go to country like Grenada or Jamaica, they refuse to allow us to export to them, basically because they're protecting the local market. Although they do import from the US and so on, they just block you.
Prepackaged and labeled sugar produced by Belize Sugar Industries BSI-ASR has started reaching store shelves across the country, and some Belizeans are just finding out about the price changes introduced at the same time. Price changes for sugar went into effect January 17th this year via statutory instrument. Two things occurred. Prepackaged and labeled sugar can be sold at their own price. The second thing is that the prices for plantation white and brown sugar sold at the stores in the regular transparent bags without any labeling finally went up after the clamor from BSI and some cane farmer associations. In the case of brown sugar, the price had not increased since 2001. It went from 39 cents to a maximum of 70 cents per pound. Plantation white went from 75 cents to a maximum of 79 cents. The last increase of plantation white sugar was in 2016. The prices also vary per district, taking into account transportation costs. We spoke with Agriculture CEO Seville Abaiza.
These control prices that we have, that we set, is for that sugar that is not packaged. I mean, these control prices are for the sugar that are sold in bulk by the factory, distributed to the different stores, and they take and pack it into those clear plastics. That's the control price that we have, is for that kind of sugar. The packaged sugar does not fall under these regulations. So pretty much what we're saying is that the packaged sugar that comes from ESR or any other business that chooses to buy the sugar from ESR, BSI, or I think in the near future we will probably have Santander sugar too, they can take and they can pack, and they will be able to sell or compete amongst each others, basically.
And that ends our morning news update here inside the WUB, Wakeability's Morning Vibes. We will take ourselves a small break. When we come back on the other side, we'll be open for conversation right here on Creme Radio and on XTV. We'll be right back.
Informative, accurate, current information. Crem's newscast. Local, regional, and international news. Weather and sports.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Smart for everybody. Smart leading everything. Smart give you everything. Smart offer everything. Smart give you everything. North to the east and the south and the west. Smart are the best. Calling. Double up my data and give me all the text. In fact, give me a plan for my family. Unlimited calls, so me like it. And Smart make everybody feel happy. Bringing people together, me want it now. Smart got love for everybody. Me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. Me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. More bundles, data plan. Me want my smartphone, internet in my hand. Call me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. Smart. Stay connected. Stay happy.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribe areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
WUB Wake Up Believes Morning Vibes. It's Wednesday morning, the 18th of March, 2026. And we have completed the preliminaries, and that means one thing: business open for conversation. We could run them out now. We, you notice? That's that word. We could run them out now. And running them out, well, we cannot say it in kind of way. We can say it properly. Right? We express our views, with thoughts, with concerns, address issues, or just say morning, what's up? We're good. The telephone number is 672-4770. Good morning, WUB.
Morning, Mose. I know better than this. Morning, Mose. Morning. Yeah. I decided to call in early and try to get this done so other people call in. Yesterday, me and you had a reasoning about the government of Belize proposal to expand the cruise and cargo area at the Port of Belize Limited. And I really have great appreciation and value at times like this that we collectively have for we own media house. It really make one difference in the work where they represent primarily African descendants, racialized as Black people, and all other Belizeans. And so I have to give moments like this. I'm so thankful we have one media house, because I then use the conversation that we had yesterday and share with people in Belize, in the region, in the world, to bring attention to the struggles that we face the Belize, and then to seek knowledge. In that process, I send it to the Minister of Environment, Orlando Habet, and I'm the Minister of Sustainable Development, Climate Change, and Disaster Risk Management. And I appreciate when people respond back to me with adequate feedback. They're not just, yes, I get your text. And so, and when people, first off, these are the people in job, this is what they pay for do. For listen to we, for communicate with we, not necessarily for agree with what we say, but to make we know that I hear what they say, based on the response back. So I sent him the conversation we had yesterday. I text back this morning and pretty much recognize that we make one effort for share the knowledge with the wider public, and that we make our commitment to learn and to share. And he agreed that more needs to be done, especially in the community nearest to the port, such as the Port Loyola community. And he said, advise Department of the Environment to engage as much as possible. And he also agreed that the S in for the ESIA, Environmental Social Impact Assessment, that it should be used instead of just saying one EIA, and that again, it's still a need for the educational component. So, respect to that, to the minister. Again, the man to do what he get paid for do. Oftentimes, people not do what they get paid for do. And so when they, at least from my personal experience, so when they do, I recognize it. And I don't know to that minister, that go for anybody, anywhere I meet in life. Now, one of the things where you mentioned yesterday, Mose, is, and this is why knowledge is so important. Francisco Dan Gutierrez, and we know her from different work where he do. I meet her when he work with the oil company. He worked for the Project Execution Unit. And that's the unit we are design and implement, if approval is given, for the cargo and cruise expansion. Now, what I find different in this situation, and maybe I just don't know, is that they report directly to the office of the Prime Minister. They don't report to the Port of Belize Limited. I don't know if that's how these things are usually done, or if this is something new. And if that's something new, why is it being done? And the Belizean people need to know the details. What are the people in this team? How to hire them? How to know that they might be the best people? How much then they get paid? How long they're in the work for? Why that matter? Because time and time again, whenever one new project that comes on stream, and I know the Prime Minister gave one meeting and gave one interview, I think earlier this month, they would say, do job opportunities for people in the community. What they not say, what they not put in a black and white, that how much new jobs, what kind of jobs, how much people want to get paid, will they have insurance benefit? You're not hearing details there. Just like we don't hear the details of the people who they hire up in a higher up and how much they get paid. And if they have insurance coverage. So it's not enough for you tell we that they want to hire people for the project. No. We want more details. We want it in a black and white. We want you sit down with we and make we negotiate. You not can't tell we what you want to give. You have to negotiate with we. And I agree. There are people who may need to upscale in their skills, because with modernization, and I think you mentioned it too, oftentimes in the ports, they don't have as much stevedores. They use more mechanization. And so then it would be for the stevedores to be real about what's possible and understand that there's a good chance that they will hire less stevedores. And we know, truth being told, that some of the stevedores have some bad behavior where they want to put themselves in a check if this is something where they really want to continue as a profession. Like this is one profession. This is not like really, these are people who are skills and they do it at great risk. So I really want to center that we don't have to sit down with we and again, politicians such as area reps cannot be central in their conversation, and people would then usually pay for come out. Once you say people can talk on their own and talk confidently and with knowledge about one proposal like this, then you know then the people will just come up because the minister asked them to. And I don't know how ministers continue to sleep the night knowing that they continue in this unethical behavior. This is not in the best interest of Belize and Belizeans. And then because the consultant they go wrong and they talk to a group of people. So when they come to the ESIA consultation, they want quick for holla while and talk with you like so when about that. But and I really appreciate, and that's why I like talking with you, Mose. You being very clear on the one-sided conversation. Then I want people participation conversation when you never do no awareness campaign, so people have knowledge way in advance before we sit down for talk, and then could say, okay, I really process this and this are where my questions are why I overstand something. So one of the 6 reasons what I may give, the first time I may never approve the ESIA for the former developer is that the port of Belize may fail to consult with a representative sample of the population who live nearest to the project site and likely to be most impacted. So because that I'm the wording, because the response from this new team is all the concerns from the last proposals we have addressed. So since that I'm more concerned, now they have this scientific survey, and I'm saying that is not enough. So that's the part of the, secondly, Mose. The last time you may hear feedback from the government organizations, such as the environmental organizations, you reckon, and I know that not a lot of time, but you realize the silence, the deafening silence this time? Or maybe I not hearing. You didn't hear any pushback this time? Any questions this time with this proposal for the cargo and
I didn't know anything about the expansion period until I didn't know anything about what was in the plan until the 6th of March. So there's not been anything out there, and while I've not heard from anybody, I don't know that I can at this point say that there is that their position is that they're sitting this one out. I can't make that. I can't jump to that conclusion. Absolutely, we now need to hear from them with the date looming as it is on the 25th. And I have not even, yesterday was not me even giving any feedback about the process, about the essence of what the plan is. It's just commentary on the fundamentals of engaging the people of Belize with the plan. So I have not said or entered the conversation about the plan per se. And I want to add on to the fundamentals of this, the way the plan is being presented, and to support your concern, because this was also something that I expressed to the brother. I said, listen, my experience, I've not been to, in fact, I've been to one in my life. I've been to one of these EIA consultations, public consultations, and it was the one that was held by the former owner of the port. And I said to him, I said, what was done then was that you had a political agent, operative, aspirant, mobilize support to the event, and they came there, and there was a spirit of, the reason why you bring people is to affect the atmosphere of the consultation. No, technically speaking, you cannot say that anything is illegal about that. If you support a thing, you have a right to show up and to try to get people who are similarly aligned to show up to that consultation, right? That one open thing. The problem is that it is not being done to participate in the conversation or to enhance the whole conversations, they are there primarily to impact the atmosphere of the conversation. And that is the problem. You see, nothing is wrong, in my view, for a political agent, a political candidate, an area representative, whoever, to say, I will bring my people to an event so that they can hear and so that they can present questions. That is fair. Unfortunately, that is not the game plan. The game plan is not to facilitate genuine interaction and, so your peoples could hear the information, hear what is being said so that they can have a very informed understanding. I cannot say that they are being paid to do so. I don't have any proof of that. They are being paid to do so. I don't. Listeners, viewers, we had a power outage and our systems went down, but we are back up. And so you can call in. The number is 672-4770. A very short power outage, and it kind of just sent things falling down a bit. But we're back up and flowing as it should be flowing. And so I hope that I would call back. But I was making the point. Again, we're only talking here about the process. The process here. You have a big development you want to do, and to get approval for such a development, you have to a part of the to-do list. And sister is calling back. Yeah, sister.
Yes, brother.
So as a part of the to-do list, as I was mentioning to listeners and viewers, is that you're required to do a public consultation. Now, if you want to do a development, and I'm talking now from the standpoint of most developments that are being done generally the process is designed for people who are in the private sector. They want to do a development, and it has to get a clearance, environmental clearance. Then you have to go and meet the public. No. If I am going to do a development and I suspect that there is opposition to my project, it is human nature that what I want to do is to somehow just manage that consultation process. I don't want to have that consultation process. First of all, I don't want to do no heavy promoting of it. Right? And then I'm trying to control the people who are going to be there. I want to rope in my support. Because I don't want my process to be derailed at the consultation process. And that is human nature. I'm a private developer. I want to put a bar next to on a beachfront, and I suspect you have some residents that don't want it. Like, I'm trying to tiptoe through the consultation process. Generally, that's what they will do. And I can't you know say well, man, and that's some really scoundrels. You suspect people and they try to stop your thing, and you want your thing go through, so you do the way you do. But when you have the government of Belize, they are the ones who have designed this process. They have designed, and they are the ones who are responsible for defending this process, the integrity of this process. There's a huge difference in my mind between what is expected of a private developer as compared to a government development. Because the government, by having these regulations in place, are supposed to be, in theory, trying to make sure that anything that happens that impacts people, that people are a part of it, and that they have a say in it. That is why these processes and regulations exist. So you cannot have a situation where the designers of a process, the defenders of the process, and also the handlers of a process are setting up this kind of space, but then they're acting the way how a private developer would have acted, where they are trying to listen. When we went to that consultation at the Biltmore, there was security personnel there, but in my view, there should have been more. Because, again, it was really how would I put it? It was not. You had people who were there genuinely to hear and to ask questions, but the room was dominated by efforts to create an atmosphere to intimidate. And that, again, I felt like if I was responsible for the consultation process, the Department of the Environment had their people there, they should have been there calling out that kind of behavior. That was not done. No. This particular consultation process is being managed by the government itself, which always is a recipe for absolute anti-democracy. We see it all the time. We see it, a clear case of this is going on right now with the BTL workers, where the Ministry of Labor and the Labor Department are supposed to be holding to accountable the government itself, since the government is the majority shareholder of BTL. The system has convulsions whenever it's supposed to work like this. So I'm only speaking to the process and the procedural challenges that undermine the legitimacy of it. Because this facility is designed not to become a kind of a popularity showdown. This space is to ensure that the public has a say and has influence over things that are going to happen in the public space that will impact them. This is the spirit, the concept behind this is beautiful. You cannot just come and drop something on top of people's heads and they don't have a right to come and scrutinize. And if when they scrutinize, they don't get the right answers, to then oppose. So in design, the spirit and in intent, it is absolutely constructive and has to be there. But then you give with one hand and you take it with every other part of your body. So you undermine it. You have it at locations that are hard for people to go. You do very little promotion. You don't control the atmosphere. You don't run campaigns to make sure that people are adequately informed. You don't have sustained awareness leading up to these processes so that the conversation is lively, it's informed. Listen, if you're going there to voice why you support it, that's legitimate. If there is an organized effort to create a kind of a herd of bullies for make the atmosphere intimidating, as I have seen and experienced, that's foul. But if it's being done by the government, it is hideous and atrocious. So I'm just calling it out, and I said it to the brother. I said, like, this should not be like if you go to that event and you see that that's what's going on there, that is shameful. I'm not even talking again. I want to reiterate this point, sister. I don't even start talk about where I feel about the essence of this. I'm just talking about the public consultation that is a requirement, and trying to protect protect the spirit and what this is supposed to be.
Big respect, Mose, and I agree with the points you made. And indeed, the environmental near-government organizations have not said anything, and that in of itself is my concern. So at this point, I'm calling for certain voices to be on the record, because a number of these near-government organizations, environmental organizations, in November 27, 2020, we sent one letter to the Prime Minister regarding Port of Belize cruise and cargo expansion project. They may list 3 points, but that the third point UEF may use as a springboard for the environmental justice campaign. And it was a valid point then, and it's still a valid point now. So I need to hear them, and that me want like 11 different environmental NGOs may sign up on this letter. But what I say is that project at the time reveal once again that existing law no required developers, regulators, or advisory bodies to make sure that they have meaningful public consultation, or that the public contribute in an adequate way to address before the development get approval, to address their concerns. And I thought that was an excellent point that the then environmental NGOs make, and they also make a recommendation. They recommend that all relevant laws get reviewed by appropriate legal expert, and and whenever it may necessary that then law they have to be amended to strengthen the right of Belizean people to play one more meaningful role in the management of shared natural resources. And that I mean a valid point, a valid then, a valid now. So there and the media workers, that's gonna really got me to shake my head on two things right now. On the need to get their people on the record before the ESIA public meeting March 25th, 2026, if they still go through that date. I do hope that they really hear away, and when they hear away, they could change a date, or I don't know if the law no, give them the authority to change the date for next Wednesday. Can we, after listening to you yesterday, I asked of the DOE that they change the date, change the location, push it back, and have more public awareness for the whole country. Because our Belizeans want benefit, just that the vulnerable communities and people's nearest to the port will have a more direct impact or benefit if it turns out to be something good, right? So, there are the people what media workers need to get on the record. If they still go through the March 25th, 2026 ESIA public meeting at Biltmore 7 o'clock, there are the people who want on the record. We want all of the 11 people when we send a letter to the Prime Minister of November 27, 2020 regarding Port of Belize Cruise and Cargo Expansion Project. We want to hear all them people position. And I know you may recommend that the Brother Gan affect our Federation of Cruise Tourism Association of Belize because they may organize, I mean, forgetting the most, over 20,132 Belizeans signed one petition to put to a stop to the project. So I really want FECTAB come out strong right now to hear what the FECTAB position. So one, we need to get the environmental NGOs, we need to get FECTAB, and more sometimes I really have to pay attention to details because I missed this. When I gone back and I look on a letter what the environmental NGOs we sent to the Prime Minister, now who they CC to, then they CC it to the Secretary of Cabinet. And this the one where really slip and years I work on this in the Mose, but this one slipped my mind. They also CC'd it to Colonel Hyde, Minister of Natural Resources, Petroleum and Mining in Belize. Oftentimes when I think about my brother, and I tell people, no, I don't rate politicians, but our owner kind of my brother, but they are still a politician. That I often think of him just as the Minister of Lands. Like that's how we just think of him as the Minister of Lands. But he's the Minister of Natural Resources, Petroleum and Mining in Belize. So we need for him position on this as well. And I'm glad that you make the point, Mose, about when the state have to hold the state accountable, when the state is in violation. Because now with this, well, been said, but there are two glaring points, that this is systemic. This billing of the system where they don't know how to hold people accountable within the state when they're wrong. However, this minister did come out on the record and say, listen, that BTL belongs to Belizean people and the Belizean people have to have one say so. But I hope that minister come out right now because again, Port of Belize limited by the Belizean and that the Belizean people have to have one say so about that development. So I'll park that for now. I know I talk hard because I get excited. One other sensitive matter, Mose, I need to talk to you about. Mm-hmm. The Belize Communication Workers for Justice, and I, in solidarity, they 10 toes deep. They're only as effective as they are because the former BTL workers, they have one strong trust and belief and solidarity in each other. If they never have that, they won't depart in the now. Because nobody no come out for them, Mose. Mose, where are the unions? Mose, you know, like I don't say a glass like that. Mose, a glass like that cup here, they go down. That's the one in a long time. Yeah.
Big heavy cup like at the Bill Mose.
Yes, brother. Long time I say that.
Yeah.
Unions have a duty to workers, whether you're a member of the union or not. The essence, the principle of unions that for defend workers. I would tell you most, and I say it with my full chest, and I'm not to take it back. No union that believes, Yaya Marine Coleman, no union that believes, ever think they will have one action and say, me, in a solidarity there again, because of them betrayal, of them Belizean people here. How the bad word after all the weeks and days, no, and I talk specifically to the National Trade Union Congress of Belize, the umbrella organization for all the unions. Now, I understand that the Communication Workers Union of BTL, that then do a survey and they say for the 300 and something people when I survey out, that the 500 and something staff members, that they agree with the acquisition. That's what they say. That's they're right. But there's no reason after all them days. And indeed, NTUCB, they take one poll of them people, and there was a strong no that they don't agree with the acquisition. Respect is due. Why would they not come out and support the Belize workers, the Belize Communication Workers for Justice? I know they're not a union. That's not my point. My point is, in essence, you have a duty to defend laborers. And the principle that they're fighting for is for all workers in Belize, the unborn workers, for the whole Caribbean. I mean, one get your 2 cents for that, Mose, because that the bone they saw. And then I would say the same thing for NTUCB when it comes to the Christian Workers Union. How long the Christian Workers Union, they haggle with the tribunal on a number of matters. That's why they're part of an umbrella organization, not that one union. That's not workers. That's one union. And I hear from them was. Talk to me, brother. Talk to me.
Yeah. I feel that it might be complicating to the TUC that the BCWU has. There is obviously a conflict between the BCWU and the BCWJ. I feel that it is a bewildering conflict. It's I can't understand. I can put it small change. How the Belize Communication Workers Union could have one problem with what the BCWJ is doing. I, on the principle of it, and I think Ms. Corey and myself, we've had this conversation. The BCWJ is a look into the future for the present workers at BTL. These people are you in a matter of time. And so even though they no longer work at the company, the common ground is obvious. Whatever might be, whatever might be the difficulties you have and the fear you might have, because a lot of this is fair, that you are going to be victimized. The employer has ways of dealing with you, but it cannot impact people who are already retired, and not the employer can make things a bit uncomfortable and difficult for you. But you cannot operate from a position of fear. The reason why you're organized and why you're unionized is to create a protection. That's the purpose. And so you as an individual worker can have fear, but as an organized body, you are not to make decisions based on fear. And we see it at the highest level of our region. We see where CARICOM is dwindling. Its little bit of credibility it had is throwing it away because of fear. The leaders of the Caribbean have completely capitulated to the desires and to the intimidation tactics of Washington. They have acted shamelessly in essentially sending home or ending the Cuban Medical Brigade relationship that they benefited from. They did not use the Cuban Medical Brigade as some kind of favor to Cuba. It ultimately benefited Cuba in some shape or form, but it was a fair relationship based on respective needs. To make for your sister country to share with you its professional expertise is an act of maximum cooperation. There are things which countries don't generally share with one another. Generally, they don't share military expertise unless you are serious allies. They don't share engineering expertise. And generally, you're not going to have anybody reaching out to you and give you their access and have their professional people come to you. Even the greatest, most powerful country on the earth depends on nurses coming from all over the world, including from Belize, to come and help bridge the gap when it comes to having the amount of medical personnel that you need. So while our nurses have been taken out and our medical people have been taken out, we have supplemented that by having this relationship with Cuba. This has not been a policy of sorry for Cuba. This policy has been built on as a serious, a chronic shortage that exists across Latin America and the Caribbean. And if it were not for Cuba's a development of its people, that it had a surplus of people to be able to share with us. That is an incredible reality, that this small country developed so many of its people to have medical expertise that it could share with the entire region. Fair exchange is no robbery. So the fact that, yes, there's been some form of compensation for that is not anyway an act of terrorism. And these powerful, intelligent, educated people have been forced to accept that somebody has said to them, that's an act of being complicit with a terrorist and you need to end it now. At the time of the greatest need of that nation. That is what we have done at the highest level. I'm not digressing at all when I'm bringing that up to show how unfortunately we think. So I have to say unequivocally that the position taken by the BCWU is incredibly short-sighted and dumb. And it's anti-self. Not to see where you have a responsibility to act on behalf of those who have walked the same walk you are walking now. You're looking at your future selves. So if you see what they have done, you have every responsibility to say, listen, we're not telling you now about, you should go on a strike. We are saying here, man, at least verbalize solidarity. Because what that does, it makes it difficult where you have the Congress having one of its members having a position where they are anti this movement. What they become a roadblock to how the Trade Union Congress is able. Now, I am not making an excuse for the Trade Union Congress that member organizations and the executive can can decide, well, you know, we hear your position, we respect your position, we don't mean any disrespect, but fundamentally, we have to see that fight as being a fight that is righteous and just. But I understand it's problematic. I understand it's complicated, and that's why I'm looking at the BCWU and saying, listen, you cannot see yourself more aligned with the employer when the employer violated your brothers and sisters for almost 30 years. And so if they violated them for 30 years, and it's only through a ruling of the CCJ that there's any correction being done, then you have to look at your employer and say, I really and truly, you know, I can't trust you. Because you forced my brothers and sisters to have to take you all the way to the CCJ. Listen, understand this, sister. The employees who took the company to court, do you know how brave that is? But do you also know how risky it is? Because you have to put your money on the line. You put your money on the line, and you put your money on the line because at the very minimum you'll have to pay your own attorney. But if your case is not successful, and remember, and that's why one thing I don't agree with the BCWJ is to make this. I understand that it is the BTL that started this process of attacking lawyer fees and all of that. Lawyers are professionals. If somebody comes and pays for an ad, I want to charge where I charge, and that's it. A lawyer is just like that. Somebody wants to hire me and I'm a top gun. You want to pay me top money? You willing to pay top money? You want that's what I want to do. The point is that it is not the lawyer. It is the decision that was made by those who were in charge. Then decide they want to pay what they want to pay. Then decide how much money they want to pay. Then decide that they going all out. They made that choice. So when you have a situation now where these people went up against somebody that, yes, the 15 and 15 after day, all I could tell you without having to get it verified by an audit, you can't tell me that 15 and they have anywhere near the amount of financial resources where a company like BTL have to put into litigation. So then take Fidelity Chummers, if you take on one Goliath, we got far more money than it. Where make we understand something. They don't listen. Just like with anything, just like how you have some you have some journalists who are very good at their job, and you got some journalists who not very good at their job. Just like how you have people where everybody will play basketball, could play basketball at the best level. Just like with everything, doctors, engineers, you have levels to it. That's why some attorneys become senior counsel, or why some attorneys you're sitting that when the big boys go to court, that only then they use. You know why? Because they're very, very good at what they do. And they are so good at what they do that even when you write, they could find one argument for make one judge have to go with them. Meanwhile, your early attorney where you could afford, they have to try baffle through it. Listen, this is how it goes. There is justice is influenced by the amount of resources where you have. So when the 15 employees decide, well, here where they go on, we believe we right, and we are put for each traumas upon the line. remember now, they win the Supreme Court, and because of resource advantage, the company could have said, yeah, we're going to appeals court. And the appeals court, the verdict was mixed. Those 15 could have made, nobody could have made bex with them if you make them at that point in time say, yeah, well, we try. You then try more than where most of we would have been think about try. At that point in time. No, that 15 said, well, we are carry all the way to the CCJ. No, as far as I understand it, CCJ money that different money. You know, we don't talk no about some legal case the magistrate court. You're going to CCJ, the bigger money to deal with. And again, at the very minimum, you are only pay you are have to pay your attorney, but potentially somebody could say, well, you have to pay them Bali cost too. And remember now, them Bali they hire finance attorneys, and again, there's you can't hate panu attorney if you take no job. I know that. I know you know that. I don't hate panu attorney. The fact is that this company, its ownership, and for much of that 30 years of avoiding paying the severance, it was government controlled. When the policy was implemented, it was government controlled. So this decision was made at the level of our authority to feel like we will not give in to your position that the Labor Act, they protect you, the same Labor Act with their right. No, I say a lot, but I try to make people and everybody understand why this movement belong not just to the individual unions. Sister, you have workers in the Caribbean we want to take this verdict and run with it. They workers when they think of those names of those people who took this case to the CCJ, they would ask them, man, where your address, and I want to send you a Christmas gift. So if workers were than even fire could feel a sense of connection and gratitude to what has been achieved here, then every worker and all of us, and especially people who are practitioners of labor solidarity, they should be there to say, those are our brothers and those are our sisters. Absolutely. So I think that this matter is still live, and again, I can see where it's problematic. BCW, you all need to whatever you didn't like about the little things. We know how them things go. The feelings they catch car. You never tell me where you man do and da. Those are insignificant little things, man. Frivolous things. The principle is what matters here. And I will say this: you cannot squander the courage and the commitment and the integrity of those who risk so much to achieve a ruling that will benefit workers now and going into the future. That is, even though this was done by workers as a group and not as under the umbrella of a union, it It does not matter. The fact is that it is a victory for workers. It is a victory for people power. It is a victory for courage. And the principles of solidarity require that we stand now with the BCWJ. Absolutely. Like, it's a no-brainer. We have to stand with them. And again, I don't doubt for a minute, because I know a lot of the brothers and sisters in the respective movements. I don't doubt for a minute that it's similarly clear to them. I don't doubt for a minute that they don't see the victory, and I don't doubt for a minute that there are many people who are members and who are leadership individuals in respective unions who are in solidarity within themselves. What we are saying here now is that solidarity must manifest itself in a visible manner, because the thing has now become, BCWJ has limitations. You see, they as strong-willed as they are, as loud as they are, as active as they are, they have limitations, because the limitation is in the fact that they are not a sanctioned union. They're not these are retired workers. So they don't have that kind of leverage. They can't withhold their services. They have limitations, you see. So when they are being defied, when they get haul and pull, yes, we look upon there and we say they're strong, but they need way. As much as they are really good people, solid, strong, they're brave, they organize, but they need the solidarity. And so I want appeal on their behalf that our brothers and sisters in the union family look at this now and say, you know what, the thing dead at that point. You know, sometimes when I look upon things, sister, you're easy for, you know, like if I know you don't want a good fighter, right, sister? You don't want a warrior. And so sometimes I could take for granted when you win a fight that you good. Right? I know that sister Yaya, they're enough to play with, you know, and you know, but even sister Yaya who get up in a thing where the thing gets sticky, starchy, and the you know, kind of system set for do that. So we can't take for granted and say, well, you know, I don't have to jump in. Well, listen, even if BCWJ not say it, you are saying it and I say it. Think that I'm a point to you need to jump in. You need to jump in, because then you get haul and pull. You need to step in. Again, that time is now. And so that's why I do it.
Big respect for the reasoning. Only organized people are safe.
All right. Come on. Respect. Sister Yaya, you kept me all over the place, and because I did remote and in the city time, I done 7:48. And so much things where I hope for touch base with, but it's very important that opportunity to kind of just say BCWJ, they know they have not been sanctioned by the tripartite body as a labor organization, but that's a technicality. They should be treated with the same kind of reverence and respect and benefit from the same level of solidarity that they would have if they could be sanctioned by the tripartite body. That's my view. And I hope that it is something that is looked on. They need solidarity in their fight, since they get strong, but then they take punch. You know, the government is playing hardball with them, and as much as they are organized and as much as they are They're brave to it. Leverage is not something that they have a lot of. So we make a take. I have but Luke, I could see you because I got me sell. I could see that you, but Luke. Make a but Luke. You have to call me back when I come back from the break, brother.
Boy, you have to wait anyway. Yeah.
But listen to me. No quarrel with me. You want to get your turn, man?
I want to call you back when I come on back. Yeah.
All right, cool.
The break take too long, man. It take longer than the segment.
No man. No man. The break not take long. It'll be about 10 minutes.
That long, man.
All right. When I break and come back.
You're watching WUB and this is XTV. Big up to our sponsors, 4 Point Security. And Easter to come up. People say fish gets scarce. Some people say they don't eat fish and like on Easter. So I gotta find out people in 2 cents and see who will eat fish and who don't eat fish. Alright? It just called natural. The Easter season. If you eat fish.
Fish, yes.
Every day? You don't eat fish every day?
Yeah, I eat fish every day.
Alright. Oh, you eat fish?
Of course I eat fish.
Every day?
No, every day.
Alright, good. That is it. Sir, you eat fish?
Serious?
Huh? You like fish then?
Yeah, I like fish.
Alright, you know?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Mama? Every day?
No, sir, I eat every day. You got money for me every day?
That's your 2 cents?
Yeah, that's my 2 cents.
Hyde and Abet and Brothers Abet, we've always proudly celebrated Women's Month. This year, we celebrate women keeping the balance at home, at work, and in their communities. That's why all March long, all women receive 15% off store-wide, from paints to plumbing and everything in between. Plus, 20 to 65% off lots more deals on sale and clearance. With trusted experience, top quality products, and service that's second to none, we're here to support women every step of the way. Visit or call us today. Happy Women's Month from all of us at Hyde and Abet and Brothers Abet, doing our part to balance the scales.
En Atlantic Bank, tu comodidad es nuestra prioridad. Nuestro centro de contacto está diseñado para mejorar tu experiencia bancaria. Con una amplia gama de opciones de servicio al cliente, ahorras tiempo y esfuerzo. Puedes llamar fácilmente para bloquear o desbloquear tus tarjetas de débito y crédito, realizar consultas de cuentas y acceder a información detallada de tus tarjetas. Ya sea que necesites asistencia con la banca en línea, apoyo para comercios o consultas generales, nuestro equipo está listo para ayudarte. Para mayor comodidad, si todos los operadores están ocupados, puedes dejar tu número y un operador te devolverá la llamada lo antes posible para asegurarse de que recibas el apoyo que necesitas. Para mayor seguridad, es posible que necesitemos verificar tu identidad con un conjunto de preguntas sencillas. Recuerda, Atlantic Bank nunca solicitará tu nombre de tu usuario ni contraseña de Atlantic Online por llamada telefónica, mensaje de texto o correo electrónico, asegurando que tu información personal permanezca segura y protegida. Nuestro equipo de apoyo está disponible de lunes a viernes, de 8 a.m. a 6 p.m. en inglés y en español. Simplemente marca al 223-1212. Esta es la línea dedicada para nuestro centro de contacto. Atlantic Bank se compromete a brindarte un servicio excepcional y las herramientas que necesitas para administrar tus finanzas de manera conveniente y segura. Aprovecha al máximo nuestro servicio del centro de contacto.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Smart smart for everybody. Smart leading everything. Smart give you everything. Smart offer everything. Smart give you everything. North to the east and the south and the west. Smart are the best. Darling, double up my data and give me all the text. In fact, give me a plan for my family. Unlimited calls, so me like it. And Smart make everybody feel happy. Bringing people together, me want it now. Smart got love for everybody. Me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. Me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. More bundles, data plan. Me want my smartphone, internet in my hand. Call me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. Smart. Stay connected. Stay happy.
Tired of appliances that just don't last? Appliances that just can't keep up? It's time for a change. GE Appliances delivers reliability, innovation, and performance you can trust. The decision is easy. Don't settle for less. Choose quality, choose reliability, choose GE.
I want to share why this work is so urgent. My mother is 75 years old. She's blind. She has lived by the sea for 75 years. Today, my mother cannot see the stones you guys are placing to protect her home. But she can hear. Every night she sits in her home and hear the waves beating at her door. To most people, that song is peaceful. But to my mother, the song is a countdown. It is the song of the land she loves being stolen inch by inch. For years, the song has been a dark shadow over our lives. I look at our student here today, their bright little faces. We need your help to make sure that when these children go up to be 75, they are sitting in their homes and aren't afraid of the sea.
The whole design of the T is to catch the sand as it walks past Monkey River. Literally what you see is the sand comes from the river, goes out to sea. The sea was clogged with mud and sand, so the river now pushed the sand out like it used to. One, we have less flooding. We have a lot of drainage on the way to Monkey River. The water is not there, but as you can see, we've moved the sand over. Now nature will walk it down with time.
There is an area between the burial ground and where the village is that needs some attention as well, and so it will be addressed right away since PM has approved some additional finance to continue the project in Monkey River.
I am very proud that Minister Osman Martinez, the area representative, along with Oscar Kenya, they saw the necessity, one as the area representative and one as the Minister of Rural Transformation. And then along with the support from my office that we managed to do this, showed us that we just need to put a little bit more investment and we can do the entire area. So I said, you know what, give me an estimate, we're going to do it. We are going to save Monkey River village and going to make it into one of the more beautiful villages in the country.
Look here, your kitchen light there, and you've been in the kitchen. But I'm going back in there right now. And the coffee maker? Just to try to keep my coffee warm for later. What do you know? I'll try to think about what to eat. You know, the more you open or close the fridge, it takes longer for the food cool. For a hot day like today, it burns more energy. You charge your phone right now? No. Plug it out then. You really only wash 2 Lee socks and 1 Lee shirt? You don't know what small load burn the same amount of electricity as large load? But this is my favorite shirt. You have to be more energy efficient. Use large loads. This AC, they blow hard. You know, if you keep the temperature at 25 degrees Celsius or higher, you burn less energy and you also keep the place cool. And for a nice day like today, turn off the AC, open up the house, and make some fresh breeze come in.
You know what? I think I get it now. As consumers, we need to be more energy efficient and practice energy conservation.
When the job demands more, Milwaukee Power Tools are designed to handle the toughest jobs on the construction site. If it's speed, durability, and performance you need, Milwaukee is the perfect choice. For unstoppable power at an unbeatable price, make it Milwaukee. Nothing but heavy duty. Available at Benny's. Quality and savings.
back to the WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. Mose Hyde here on this Wednesday morning, the 18th of March 2026. Our telephone number is 6724770. That is the number for you to get into the conversation. But Collymore, if you got the time, you could call back. No complaint, no quarry. That's the way it works. And when we left, we were speaking on the matter of what the challenge that is presently faced by the BCWJ. And I got a call during the break. Somebody felt that I am not aware of everything that has happened between the BCWU and the BCWJ. I really appreciate the call. I think it's important at where we are right now, if the BCWU feels that there is a misunderstanding, that there is a flawed understanding of where they stand and what has been their engagement with the BCWJ, then I think it's important for the leadership of the BCWU to understand you have a responsibility to come and put that situation out, to make those clarifications so that we have a more informed understanding of where you stand. If we don't get that, then it's very difficult to not look at what's going on and see you very distant and not understanding why you would not be aligned. So if there are things that have happened that we don't know about behind the scenes, then you should come and say, this is our position, this is our reality. You can come on this show, you can go on other shows, give your position, but from what we have seen and experienced, it does come across that the BCWJ does not have the support of the legitimate bargaining agent at the Belize Telecommunications Limited. So I think I appreciate the call. It was giving me a kind of a understanding of what's going on. But let me take this call. Krem, good morning, WB. Good morning.
The situation in Mr. Dennis, I don't want to get into whether or not qualify and all this thing, and I don't get into that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying, when it comes to the Freedom of Information Act, when request was made to get the sum for some alliance, where the PUP guard, because that's our guard, some people in that are guard, not the PUP, the alliance. Mm. The ombudsman contract wasn't renewed. Then they look for the ombudsman to court because they ask, tell whether they figured.
Yeah.
You put Mr. Dennison thing out there. You put Ms. Pitts thing out there. When it comes to their guard, to the PUP, then I call them big crooks. To me, big crooks. That no go out there. But yet, the slander this brother, they come after heavy FIU, the tax department. They'll come after this, brother. Yeah. That's why in this country, Mose, I call many talk show. And I'm mad. I tell you sometimes, I really want to do some of my people something serious because they advantage.
I think
we don't go on a level playing field, my brother. We don't go on a level playing field in this country.
I think
and we allow it. And one thing, brother Mose,
yeah.
And with the union again, they called her to fight for their money. Maybe you got out there on 30 or 30 odd. But you got 500 odd people that could get money. Some of them died, though. Some of the people when they work dead. But they got family members who can get money, get up and stand up with the people and boss.
Yeah.
You can't just talk about the fight for you and you have benefit and you didn't try to get out there to fight for your money too. It's sad. Serious.
I think it's important, my brother, for make we be very clear. I want at least my view of it, and when glad you bring up the fact that brother Jerry Enriquez had to go to the ombudsman to try to say, listen, we have a right. And the right is not about trying to say one liar do anything criminal because they get paid. Liars get paid. the people will have a responsibility to make decisions where respect taxpayers, that the government. So that is the reason why Brother Enriquez wanted the government to say how much money you spend to fight me when me to try get you to do what is required by law. So that's a heavy point. That is consequential. It is consequential if in the case of BTL, because it is government owned and they are making a decision that is supposed to be in the interest of taxpayers and of course shareholders. A government is the majority shareholder defending the interests of the people, I believe. So when you talk about what you paid legally, it shouldn't be about a personal attorney or any singling out, and in fact singling out Mr. Dennison, Senator Dennison, and what he gets paid as a professional. Again, is personal. It is vicious. That's not what this is about. This is about saying, listen, you have a responsibility for make decisions where defend the interests of the real owners of this company and the owners of this country and the people who pay taxes. So if you decide to fight your workers, for however long you fight your workers, how much money did you spend on fighting? And how much money are you prepared to continue to spend now? I can't have no animosity towards a lawyer where get paid. I've been on this talk show. I've seen it from both parties try for make lawyer fee become one thing and get personal attacks. That lawyers are professional. And then got a fee when in charge. And nobody to force you to get there. You gonna want top this. You want brand name. You want the best of the best. You want the top senior counsels. You want pay. Cause that hold in charge. So the question will always be, in the case of Brother Jerry Enriquez Middle, brother, I come to you for say, boy, you the broke your own law. You responsible for the redistricting, and you have not done so for over 20 years. I have got a quote for try get you for do that. I use my resources for do that, and then you use taxpayers money to fight me and gonna get the best of the best. How much money you spend? We gonna write that don't know a breach confidentiality. And a lawyer can become uncomfortable if that number they come out. Once you take money from the public coffers, once you get higher from the government, you have to understand the people who pay those taxes have a right to know exactly where the government is spend pan and how much it spend. That's just natural. It's not about. It shouldn't be and should not be looked upon as some kind of personal attack and saying. I think that's a nasty game, and I don't appreciate it at all, to be honest.
Brother Moon.
Yeah.
I always said it. Fear the fear. Right the right, wrong the wrong. Make the playing field level, but if you could know where I get, you could put my business out there. Put your out there that we don't have thief, you don't thief money. You work for it. Make I know how much you get paid, and we pay you. You can't tell me I know I make one know, and my money to take to pay them, brother.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
you know, make me know what happened. Man, so you wrong with this picture, boss. We encourage this in our country, like so you wrong with we. We encourage this for the country. We have take lick till we pass, and the generation come and take lick the way the system set up. We are like punching bag. Loan hit with the tech. Serious, we have to get up and stand up, and like I say, then people they stand up with their money and pass workers from BTL. Who else will receive money will have benefit from when the people stand up, start to get out there? You know, got family member.
That's a big.
Start to go out there.
That's a big point. That's a big point that if we call out the union say that then should have been a solidarity and stand. Then everybody will benefit off of this and come up off of this. Not come up, because this is not come up. We want getting right due. We want get justice done. They need for stand as well.
Definitely, man.
Yeah, man.
Definitely. All right, you take care, brother. Mose, have a great day.
Respect. It's 8:15. We got to take a break. We'll be back.
Belize is transforming the way taxes are managed with the Semi-Autonomous Revenue Authority, a modern system built on flexibility, efficiency, and accountability. SAR will have its own human resource policies, ensuring faster hiring, fairer opportunities, and competitive pay that rewards performance. The SARA will also manage its own budget, making it easier to fund what matters most: better technology, improved taxpayer services, and stronger enforcement when needed. With this flexibility comes responsibility. Independent audits, public reports, and parliamentary oversight will ensure full transparency. SARA's transparency, flexibility, and efficiency will ensure smarter decision-making, better taxpayer service, and responsible use of public funds. SARA, flexibility to serve you better, accountability to serve you right.
Rotavirus is a leading cause of severe watery diarrhea and vomiting in young children. It can lead to dangerous dehydration and hospital visits. The good news? The rotavirus vaccine is now available countrywide. It is given in drops at 2, 4, and 6 months of age. Protect your child. Visit your nearest health clinic today.
I feel very happy for Francisca, a single mother who has struggled a lot, and this house is going to be now theirs, and it's an opportunity for a new beginning.
I'm tremendously excited and honored to have received this present. I applied some years ago, and the response that I received was spectacular, and I'm completely happy about receiving this home. I cannot wait to spend the first night here with my girls, and have this sense of feeling that I finally get to own something.
Turning that key feels amazing. It's ours. We can walk how we want to walk in it, be loud, have fun memories, That's what I'm trying to create for them.
I feel very grateful and happy that we're in a new house and we can move around how we want and make as much noise as we want.
It's a huge step for me, and especially my son, to own our new home, and I'm looking forward to make it even more extended so we can have even a bigger home eventually in the future. I am happy and excited. My birthday was yesterday, so today that's a perfect gift.
I'm very grateful, excited about my house, something I can call my house, and for my kids. As soon as you become a mother, everything you want is the best for them. So I'm very happy to have my own safe place, and also for them.
It's a good feeling because it's not only the house we're building here. In this development that we did here, we acquired the property, government did, and we distributed to over 56 needy residents. And I believe this is the 4th house in this area. So it's an accomplishment to know that the people in this area didn't have where to live before, and now they have an opportunity.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
Welcome back to the WB Wake Up Believes Morning Vibes for today, Wednesday, the 18th of March, 2026. Mose Hyde hosting this morning. I'm doing so remotely. I've been doing so since Monday. But come Monday, if we have health strength, I'll be back in the studios. We are, of course, available at 6724770. WUB, good morning.
Why? You is a hard man to find.
Where are you going?
I didn't want to interrupt you.
You're the blue hard man now.
Yes, because I had to run to the car. I don't know.
Catch your breath, because that not sound good.
I did not want to interrupt you during reef week because I said, I don't want to do it then. But I want to take one lick for this morning. I want to publicly thank the area representative of the Martin de Porres for paving Western Avenue. Yeah, finally cementing it. And I want to tell him this. They have a label where they call buff. You can come all the out there on the street and talk about Johnny the fix that. Look how Johnny the make well look. I want to get out of my car, backside in the head, you know. Because I know Johnny the fix that. That the era rep the fix that. So don't come to me with that. Alright, good. I move on for that. Secondly, now, I want to take a lot of lick for this Mose. Because you see, I want to keep it short, sweet, and simple. When you gonna call her, like Quick City, Yaya, Miss Corey. Listen to me. Please advise them to get their own show. You know, you can't just check up the whole morning show. Other people want to call too. And like don't Hector enough for even answer. I said it. I will get to my point now, Mose. And I got Mose.
Yes, sir.
I'm driving along and I'm noticing these people on electric bicycles and electric scooters have on no helmet, Mose. Right? I almost got arrested there before yesterday because Wally Boy for Nazarene High School got grade 1 and they don't have on no helmet. Now the police, the traffic and the police reach there because start get out of hand. And then they tell me I can't use the phone. I said, but I will drive and I will try to video the child to show it. Because when I say it, they don't believe me. The child has on a uniform. Oh, I know that. Nazarene High School is go. Now, this cycle, he could speed just like a motorcycle was. But you know why I video it? Because he entered the roundabout like one mad sick and crazy. Because he had never get a lick to feel how he had. Yes, he had never get a lick to feel how he had. And then he was going to tell me about using my phone in America. When I buy my phone, that's cellular world. They never tell me, Mr. Calimo, you know you to buy this phone, but you can't use it in your car. Right now, I am parked on the side of the road talking because I hear people use their phone when they drive more. I used to call and say, I hate it. I don't throw garbage out of the window of my car, look like I'm drunk cat. Everybody come in and complain. I get back to my point about the cycle. They need to wear a helmet first. Are we going to wait till one child gets knocked down? Kill. Yeah, be a student.
I mean, the argument can be made that once you're on a bicycle, period, you should have got on a helmet too. When make for bicycle. The electric bicycles, I actually considered getting one some years ago when the price of gas may take a forcefully jump. And know that, look like them better want to stop bomb one another out, the Middle East. And
but they don't stop.
And appears that the government have no interest, give up for them bonanza, for them jackpot, and for them windfall. But the problem is that for we roads, they're not designed for make you feel safe. Make you feel safe like no.
And one thing with the bicycle and the e-bike mode, the bicycle will not get into traffic like how the e-bike can. You don't find him on the highway to race down with one car, the bicycle man. They're on the side of the road. This e-bike man, you overtake. You understand me? And listen to me, Mose. My problem is more that they're children. These kids go to high school, they're young yet. They are defeat demons. They want to see how fast the thing can go. Are we going to wait till it?
I don't know if we should have high school students on e-bike, but yeah, I think that should have been 18 and over. Honestly.
Yeah, well, Mose, listen to me. Don't worry about one more thing I got. Everybody on Facebook where they pray, I hope they say, Johnny will lower the cars of gas. Johnny will never lower it. Johnny will lower that 2 weeks before election by $2 and raise it by $4 2 weeks after the election. Sheep, religion is full of sheep. Listen to me. You know so smart, Johnny? He begged the United States intelligence. He wants intelligence. I don't need intelligence. I am intelligent, you know. He want block 2 bridges off Mose. And you imagine that traffic jam, that idle in traffic. You know who will be smiling all the way to the bank? The powers that be, brother. They're no dumb men. They're cynic, they're cold, they're heartless. Anyway, I got to go because I'm going to rail up to our lumber yard. We don't open till 8 o'clock, Mose. You can imagine. I'm
thinking, tell me, but now what you going through this morning? You call after the year, say how you going to quarrel with some lady over pigtail. No.
The lady telling me the bile up and don't give me no pigtail, Mose. Imagine when I lift my fat mile cake and when I look underneath, there was nothing. I was the little boy that Santa forgot. I didn't get my Christmas gift for no pigtail. That's why me only buy pigtail and Miss Thelma because Miss Thelma don't cut the tail and never shot you with the tail. And me love the tail.
The lady may look out for your health, brother.
That's you, man. You must have said 800 pounds going on. Why this man don't need to stick it to me?
Yeah, me look. They're going to cuss up the lumber yard. Tell him more. Take care. Respect.
Tell you right now because you know working and like cement one start work 8 o'clock. So we are the government then. Why you need to get out of this business? If you not open 7 when we start work, left it for somebody else, man. Anyway, I gotta go, Mose.
All right, but I call him more.
I'm giving myself an indigestion. Yeah.
But I call him more. You're there on, brother. I'll try to avoid mess up time like past couple of days. So we're gonna take a break and try to catch up with it. Well, I can't say the time because there's a delay, a significant delay. So at the time when I'm saying this, it's 8:32.
I want to share why this work is so urgent. My mother is 75 years old. She's blind. She has lived by the sea for 75 years. Today, my mother cannot see the stones you guys are placing to protect her home. But she can hear. Every night she sits in her home and hear the waves beating at her door. To most people, that song is peaceful. But to my mother, the song is a countdown. It is the song of the land she loves being stolen inch by inch. For years, the song has been a dark shadow over our lives. I look at our student here today, their bright little faces. We need your help to make sure that when these children go up to be 75, they are sitting in their homes and aren't afraid of the sea.
The whole design of the T is to catch the sand as it walks past Monkey River. Literally what you see is the sand comes from the river, goes out to sea. The sea was clogged with mud and sand, so the river now pushed the sand out like it used to. One, we have less flooding. We have a lot of drainage on the way to Monkey River. The water is not there. But as you can see, we've moved the sand over. Now nature will walk it down with time.
There is an area between the burial ground and where the village is that needs some attention as well, and so it will be addressed right away since PM has approved some additional finance to continue the project in Monkey River.
I am very proud that Minister Osman Martinez, the area representative, along with Oscar Kenya, they saw the necessity, one as the area representative and one as the Minister of Rural Transformation. And then along with the support from my office that we managed to do this, showed us that we just need to put a little bit more investment and we can do the entire area. So I said, you know what, give me an estimate. we're going to do it. We are going to save Monkey River village and going to make it into one of the more beautiful villages in the country.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank. Building the future together.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
Whether you are a busy person or stuck in traffic or having an adverse or very demanding circumstance, tension builds up, causing you to be stressed out. Stress attacks everyone, anytime, any age. And stress is a killer. Bomb City, It's best to be alive than dead. So visit Freetown Drugstore to get options to relieve stress and to relax your mind.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you today?
I'm so stressed out.
Okay, I'm saying I help you right now. When I this daily, for 10 days, I am good after that, okay?
Okay.
Freetown Drugstore, 28 Freetown Road, where you are better off alive than dead. Freetown Drugstore, telephone 223-2876.
Welcome back to the WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. Mose Hyde hosting today on Creme Radio, XTV, the Wednesday morning edition of the show. And though I'm hosting remotely, we are still capable of taking your calls. In fact, and still committed to taking your calls. The telephone number is 672-4770. That is a live line for you to participate in the conversation. We love when you call in and get to talk and express yourself. I wanted to touch base on this matter from yesterday. Didn't get a chance to. Been in the news now for a little bit, but felt it was important to go on the record. So we have been told by the Auditor General via public accounts, but we got a call. WUB, good morning.
Morning, Mose. Morning, Belize. I just want to touch on something I think I heard said twice this morning. Indeed, Belizean people have a right to hold the government of Belize accountable when it comes to spending free money, and you heard our reasoning recently with the Auditor General in the Senate. So my understanding is the Belize Communication Workers for Justice want to know how much money BTL will have majority Belizean ownership and spend for their attorneys, because they get an unconfirmed report that 20 million, and what they need to pay former BTL workers in severance is way less. What I hear and I said publicly is during the negotiation, the BTL team asked the BCWJ team what are their attorney fees. And so they intentionally, as a strategy, send one invoice where they know that they may want to leak. And at the point when they leak the invoice, they say, okay, since you want to share lawyer fee, make we hear how much you spend BTL. They said that intentionally that's what they do. So then they said, because then BTL called on press conference, and when the media asked the chief financial officer, I think that Ian Cleverly, how much you spend per lawyer fee, he never gave one financial amount. He never gave one figure. Then one other strategy what they take is that they, because the board now meet with them, that then go in that the location of every board member. So then go eat pizza and have soft drink and go outside, go and walk. That's how I understand it. Now that particular media house, the attorney is the corporate secretary on BTL board. Now, even though that person have one voting power, they do have one power influence as an attorney. Now, the question as Belizeans people ask is, was there a vetting process because that attorney firm got a CCJ for BTL? What kind of vetting they had? We don't know. We have a right to ask them questions. But because of the agitation, that firm then put out one press release where say, we get paid less than 180,000 whatever, where Glenfield Denison asked for. So I respect BCWJ for their strategy because all they want to find out how much of we money BTL spend per attorney and they won't say. So then the be a Nancy will find different ways to get them on the record to say that how much they say. I never see me as a personal attack for any individual attorney that just to try get what we have our right to know. So that's how I understand the whole attorney fee thing, my brother.
No, the not matter the looking at that as being one personal attack. I think overall, it's important to say that the amount of money, the people who we are to hold accountable are the people who make the choices with our money. And they have a responsibility to tell us how much money they have spent in our name, because that's what the government does. They spend money in our name. But I think it's easy for us to vilify attorneys. The people have very critical views of attorneys and feel like they're about the money and then get paid a lot of fees. And, they make some attorneys $1,000 for an hour, or some more. This has gone from one administration to the next, where the whole question of lawyers will benefit off of the system. I think it's important that we understand that an attorney doesn't hire himself. The ultimate thing is that choice is being made and those bills are being paid. The government chose to fight this matter. They through its directors on the board, and yes, those directors over this are 30-year policy on a sister. So there are many directors and chairs and ministers that have participated in this unbroken commitment to break the law. That's the real. And so when we look at this situation, it's really to some extent the government started it by deciding they were going to try to out Senator Denison, which again it's petty and it's personal, and that's hardly what is at stake here. What is at stake here is the principle of the law and justice according to that law. So I think that those are the high priorities. But I wanted to couple things. I don't know if you heard when I mentioned that I got a call from somebody who's in the know. I have to say that we have a we don't fully understand what is BCW's position, and that so I have said to that person, then it's important for BCW to come on the public record to be clear, and if I am wrong, then we have to accept that we have a wrong understanding of where parties stand. But it's hard to know where they stand if they don't come forward to defend that,
I agree with your brother Mose, and my position right now is I stand 10 toes deep on all my chest with what I say, based on them voting for the acquisition. We could only talk and hold them accountable based on their action, and that the only action we know publicly. So until they come with something otherwise, they have to take responsibility for their silence.
And the next thing before you go, because you've been a significant voice on the matter of the whole public accounts committee, the whole the failure of government again to comply with what is required by law when it comes to financial transparency, which is also connected to the whole thing about where you spend upon attorney. So the Public Accounts Committee, which has been dysfunctional for a long time, finally now has kind of sorted it. Finally now we actually have these meetings being held. We as a people, because of how hard it has been to try to, the Public Accounts Committee, they had to struggle for try reform it, and then when they get reform, had to struggle for try make it even sit down, for make it actually come to life. Now it come to life, and then because of it being alive, and because of how it's structured, and because it's open, and because these things are now to the naked eye, we now can hear the Auditor General say about playing out the shabbiness of how our finances are being accounted for, and also to point out that a couple of agencies have playing out not even feel like they have to respond to a request for say that we get numbers for. They even want to provide shabby numbers. They even want to do that. No, that information is shared. The media shares it publicly, but the public has been quiet. You spoke about being quiet. The public has been fairly quiet when one understands the significance of that. What do you have to say to that, sister? I turn it back on you.
I like it, brother. This is not new, really. If you go and you look on the Auditor General report and you read them for all the years, it has been systemic. Again, there's so much thing we have to go on. You don't know what, like pretty much the public purse has not been audited since 1981, Mose. Since 1981, then they spend free money with no accountability. And the Joint Public Accounts Committee, they want sham because they have the opposition as the chairperson, but majority of the people on the committee that for the current administration, and they don't agree for the accountability of how the money spent. When they in a power, then keep saying go back to the one before we can't start it. You have, and every administration do the same thing. So there's been no. When I gonna look, I just look
but we have one part to play. I agree. I understand that we got with struggles and we try to survive and we deal with bread and butter issues, and it take a lot to lift your head up. You try to deal with systemic things and structural things when you have to try to figure out how you want to pay for gas when it gone up by 11% or 12%, whatever that final number is. I get that. But creating one system will be more beneficial to it with the same bread and butter issues and make things less challenging, require we to lift your head up, clear with truth, and all people would have said, put your foot down. Certain things there you have to put your foot down. You can't allow the system of auditing the financial monies of the country to be in a state of disrepair endlessly. At some point, we have to put a foot down on that.
Brother, be really true, right? You can't live where you not give. And one lot of way not have good financial management. And because in our personal life, we don't got good financial management, it's difficult to hold the power accountable financially. One lot of we live beyond we means, live in a debt, they borrow from Peter for PayPal, and that's my truth.
Yes, but no. But we the Hamburg with own money.
Yes.
You see. So we the mishandle. And we got our own personal finances scatterbout. But we don't allow people to do no nonsense with our own money.
But if we do nonsense with our own money, That's the way I say. And that's one of the reasons why I think we don't hold them accountable.
You think so?
Yeah, because I am a firm believer that you cannot give what you have not lived.
Okay.
I might have the lyrics for it, but if my walk not to watch my talk, then I don't have the confidence. The fear comes in. The same fear where you talk about to paralyze people for who are power accountable because we don't exercise it in our personal life. That's the way I think. But before I go, you have to go to a break. For Colin Moore, and that's why I like Zinc Fence Media, that the people media. For Colin Moore, everybody else will think like Colin Moore and say, the beauty of Zinc Fence Media and WB, that Belizean people could call in as often as they want and talk as long as they want. I try to be mindful because I do have my own show, Colin Moore, Sunday mornings at 10:30 to noon. Sunday Review, the only news review talk show in the country. And I am mindful.
And you're the substitute. And you're the substitute for Brother Noor tomorrow and Friday.
Yes,
So you got 2 mornings for just run your mouth by yourself. So you're kind of is the go a bit grabalicious.
But Mose, it's different when I reason with you.
All right.
It is different. And I personally learn and get from it. And I want different reasoning that are just the truth.
All right.
And I agree with you said that now let's be off of the hook that we the people have to hold the state accountable for the management of the public purse and for we money. You're right, Mose. You're right. We're wrong.
All right. Respect. I gotta go to break. We're in a break and then we'll have to come back and wrap up for today.
The Belize Tax Service has been serving the country well since its inception. But like many tax administration systems worldwide, it faces new challenges that require modern solutions. The Semi-Autonomous Revenue Authority, SARA, will be established by legislation that will modernize how Belize administers taxes. Countries across our region, Jamaica, Barbados, and Guyana, have undertaken similar efforts at modernization, and we're using their experiences, successes, and challenges to design a SARA specific to our tax landscape. SARA will operate under the Ministry of Finance with an advisory board comprised of experts in finance, tax, law, and public administration who will provide sound guidance while maintaining the required oversight of public funds. SARA will provide the framework for modernizing tax administration, improving the way we serve taxpayers, and supporting Belize's development. A semi-autonomous revenue authority, SARA, will create opportunities for improving human resource management, accelerating digital transformation that reduces turnaround time and paperwork, and providing more responsive customer service while maintaining strict accountability standards. SARA, a progressive tax administration for a modern Belize.
Smart for everybody. Smart leading everything. Smart give you everything. Smart offer everything. Smart give you everything. North to the east and the south and the west. Smart are the best, darling. Double up my data and give me all the text. In fact, give me a plan for my family. Unlimited calls, so me like it. And Smart make everybody feel happy. Bringing people together, me want it now. Smart got love for everybody. Me want my Smart plan, want it right now. Me want my Smart plan, want it right now. More bundles, data plan. Me want my smartphone, internet in my hand. Call me want my Smart plan, want it right now. Smart. Stay connected, stay happy.
En Atlantic Bank, tu comodidad es nuestra prioridad. Nuestro centro de contacto está diseñado para mejorar tu experiencia bancaria. Con una amplia gama de opciones de servicio al cliente, ahorras tiempo y esfuerzo. Puedes llamar fácilmente para bloquear o desbloquear tus tarjetas de débito y crédito, realizar consultas de cuentas y acceder a información detallada de tus tarjetas. Ya sea que necesites asistencia con la banca en línea, apoyo para comercios o consultas generales, nuestro equipo está listo para ayudarte. Para mayor comodidad, si todos los operadores están ocupados, puedes dejar tu número y un operador te devolverá la llamada lo antes posible para asegurarse de que recibas el apoyo que necesitas. Para mayor seguridad, es posible que necesitemos verificar tu identidad con un conjunto de preguntas sencillas. Recuerda, Atlantic Bank nunca solicitará tu nombre de tu usuario ni contraseña de Atlantic Online por llamada telefónica, mensaje de texto o correo electrónico, asegurando que tu información personal permanezca segura y protegida. Nuestro equipo de apoyo está disponible de lunes a viernes, de 8 a.m. a 6 p.m. en inglés y en español. Simplemente marca al 223-1212. Esta es la línea dedicada para nuestro centro de contacto. Atlantic Bank se compromete a brindarte un servicio excepcional y las herramientas que necesitas para administrar tus finanzas de manera conveniente y segura. Aprovecha al máximo nuestro servicio del centro de contacto.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
For any project, big or small, Best Screws provide strength, efficiency, durability, and affordability. Get the screws specifically designed for your next project. Get Best Screw, the power to build, the strength to last. Available at Benny's, quality and savings.
right, we're done for today. We got to thank the team always. Larry G at Crumb Radio, up at XTV. We have Cliff and the lady in control this morning, Christy Flowers. People, listeners, viewers, all I want to hope and have a great Wednesday with health and strength. I get back here on Monday morning. Tomorrow you'll be joined by Sister Yaya Marin Coleman as host, sitting in for Brother Nuri Mohammed, and on Friday as well. As always, stand strong, stand firm. No, we're gone!
Wake up, Billy's. Voice of opinion and place up. calling WUB. Get up, make every day count up. Wasted people, do your part, play around, get where you need to. You can tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's not so we no matter even if you're at home. Just calling. WUB. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place. So calling WUB. Be yourself, see yourself. This is just so.